Sometimes statement may not be clear, but there is always a deeper understanding. It is not just about the who said what. The whens, hows, and wheres are equally important. Join me on a whole new journey in the conversation with Augustus as I bring you discussions from religion to politics, health to economy, humanity to social activities, among many others. Conversation with Augustus knows no foreign borders. The show comes to you every Wednesday at 6:15 p.m. GMT on our YouTube channel Conversation with Augustus and on Radio Angelus www.radioangelus.com. This program is sponsored by Safe Life Experience Consult Limited. Contact them for all your travel and tour needs, as well as your events. Happy to have you once again joining me on the conversation with Augustus. I hope and trust that you are doing well. Today we are going to talk about a cross that has been discovered in Pakistan. This cross is over 1200 years old. Isn't it surprising? I have with me Reverend Father Gulshan Barkat. He is an Oblate priest. He studied here in Rome at the Gregorian University, where he had his license in church history. And it is not surprising that someone who studies church history led a team of scholars to discover this wonderful cross we are going to talk about in the northern part of Pakistan. Father, you're most welcome to the conversation.
Thank you, Augustus.
And how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
So, tell us about this cross.
This cross was discovered on the 14th of June 2020 in the north of Pakistan. Area called Baltistan. Baltistan, yes. It is on a mountain and was discovered by chance. There were a group of people who were there, and it is said, according to the University of Baltistan, which discovered this cross, it said that there was a shepherd. He found that something was a triangle pointed to heaven. Something was there, and he told the professor of one of the professors of the university who lives close by, and he went up there with some young people, okay. And they found that there was a huge rock face down, and with 13-14 young boys, he put it onto the other side, and he found that it's a huge limestone cross. And then he informed the university, and the next day the vice chancellor and him, they went to that place, and then they properly discovered it. They took it from the earth, and then they found that it was a cross. And according to the estimation of the University of Baltistan, it may be 1,000 years to 1,200 years old. The reason what they give, it makes sense. It's a sociological estimation that Islam came in that region only in the 14th century. Okay. So before that, starting from the, let's say, up until the 7th century, Buddhism was very, very strong in that area. But from the 6th to 7th century onward, you find the decline of Buddhism. So, according to my assessment, if the cross is, if it is an ancient cross, it should be from that era. So that is what this discovery is.
And it doesn't have any correlation with any Christian thing?
Well, it is, we are in a position to say, but still for all, we have to have more research on that to say that it is a Christian cross. But archaeologists now believe that it is a Christian cross.
Because looking at the history from the Muslim era to Buddhism, within this period, was Christianity strong in that province?
Christianity, until now, there had been no Christianity.
In that province?
In that region.
And
the cross...
That is a miracle is surprising because...
Yeah, exactly. Now, Augustus, you see that there is no trace of history, no trace of Christianity, but the discovery of the cross has opened the eyes. That Christianity is not, as some believe, that it is the product of the British invasion of the subcontinent. No, it is much old. It is older than that. And the people, Christians who are living in that region, in Pakistan, they are the people of the land. And this cross, which is discovered, I mean, it is, before you go to the next point, I mean, I would like to tell the viewers, its measurement. It is 6 feet 7 inches long.
Wow.
And 6 feet 4 inches wide. Yes. So it is most probably a Greek cross, a Byzantine cross, and because on the western side of the discovery, there was Persian Empire, and Persian Empire by the 5th century, it was about 30 to 35, even 40% Christian. There was a lot of presence of Christianity in there. Then the missionaries were going up and down, and there was a connection with China with the old Silk Road, the network of roads which was connecting the Mediterranean Sea, even Constantinople, all the regions of the Mediterranean in the Middle East. Then it was coming into Persia, from Persia to Merv, Afghanistan. Then from there it was moving into Central Asia, from Central Asia to China and Mongolia. So it was a huge network of roads. And what was happening on these roads? Were they transporting only goods? It was not only the network of roads of business,
of course, definitely,
but of religions.
Religion as well.
And that's what I believe, that Christianity must have come through that. And monks or the missionaries used these roads.
Okay. So, which university is this? You mentioned that it was discovered in the northern part of Pakistan, Baltistan. That's the name of the town. The university, is it a public university or a private university? And the name of the shepherd who was able to see this cross and then henceforth went to tell the professor about it.
Well, I don't know the name of that the shepherd, but the university is a federal university. Okay. It's a government university, and it is a new university, just 3 years old. And within 3 years, it has made headlines around the globe.
Yeah.
and its Vice Chancellor, Dr. Muhammad Naeem Khan, is very, very supportive, and he's very active in this whole project. And according to him, it is a Christian cross, and it's not only according to him, the assessment which he made, but later others have also come to a conclusion that it is a Christian cross, because on the height where it is found, there is no chance to transport it up there.
So it was actually carved.
Yeah. So it may be carved somewhere else, and maybe it has come down with rainwater, because it is very heavy. It is 3 to 4 ton. It's very heavy. So in this whole this project, Baltistan University is taking a lot of interest, and it is pursuing this research work.
Okay. So now let us look at the historical, cultural, and then religious discovery importance of this cross. Why?
Historically, it is very, very important, because it is going to bring change in the history of Pakistan. Because until now it has been believed that Christianity was transported, but it is not like that. The people, Christian people, were there even before the arrival of Islam. So this is I consider it from cultural point of view. It is the cross which is going to bring together different cultures and religions, Christianity and Islam.
Wow.
Yes, it will, because the area where it is discovered, those people they feel very, very proud that this cross belongs to them.
They should.
Yes, and they say that they are the protectors of this artifact. So it is culturally, it is very, very important for the people of that area, the region of that area, and they feel some
ownership
of that cross.
Okay.
Yes.
Like the way the Romans feel ownership of Catholicism when you are in Rome.
Yeah.
Almost every parish or almost every home you enter, some of them you will see the statue of either Mary or Joseph, Padre Pio, or anyone, either in front of the house or somewhere on the streets. There is an image of a saint, the way they own the faith.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to be in Baltistan. With the discovery of the cross, the people there are now. It is now the opportunity for Catholicism to actually stand and then penetrate that part of Pakistan.
We are facilitating the University of Baltistan, the part of the Catholic Church, and I, as a Catholic priest, as an Oblate priest, I am very much involved. Being in Pakistan, and Father Robert McLough, a Columban priest who is based in Rome, he is appointed as the cultural ambassador of the Baltistan University. So he has been given the responsibility to connect with different universities on behalf of the University of Baltistan around the globe. In this project, we are with the University of Baltistan to go further deep into the research, the archaeological excavation which need to be done in that region, especially where the cross is discovered, so that we could come to a very, very conclusive statement that we can say that yes, there was a Christian settlement there, but this can be only done when archaeologists around the globe and geologists, they come to the aid of the University of Baltistan.
You are an historian. You studied history. You have a license from Gregorian University, one of the pontifical university here in Rome. Looking at this cross, how wide or how important is this cross going to be for the faith in Pakistan?
Well, definitely, this is going to make huge changes in the attitude of Christians in Pakistan. Because Christians, they think that maybe Christianity came with the British, but this is going to give them a huge positive impact that no, Christianity was there from the first centuries, and this will give them a lot of confidence and faith.
So we are actually looking at a pilgrimage site in Pakistan for the Christian faith.
Yeah, of course, this is going to become a pilgrimage site, and it's not only that area of discovery of the cross, but Buddhism has been very predominant religion in that area. There are Buddhist figures. The figures of Lord Buddha are found on the rocks.
Wow.
So
surprising.
Yes.
And then the cross.
And the cross
so
is
it's
also
like you going to a fetish priest, let me say someone who worship smaller gods, or a priest of a smaller god bedroom, and then finding a crucifix.
Exactly. So this is the whole story. It was a crossroad of different civilizations, and by the 6th century, Christianity had already reached China. So in order to go to China, they had to cross somewhere. It was the Silk Road which they had to take, and this area is not very far from the Silk Road. And the missionaries of that era, they were really tremendous. They were going around and they were preaching the gospel. And this cross, if you look at the form of the cross, from behind it is very rugged, and it is pointing this. It's a triangle, as if it had been inserted in something,
Wow.
in a rock. So I believe that as Buddhist, they had the statues of Lord Buddha inserted, planted in the rocks. So has been this cross.
Okay.
So it will be the work of archaeologists and researchers to find that place where it was inserted. If they find that,
Wonderful.
the mystery is solved.
And I hope if they, is it possible for them to be able to identify the one who carved?
Yeah, that is also possibility that has to be as we move further in research. There are many questions they come up, and the age of the cross.
Yeah.
I mean, the marble is some limestone which is used. This may be very old, maybe 2,000, 3,000 years old, but we have to find when this limestone was carved. So most probably that will be that era, maybe 1,000, 1,200 years.
Wow.
So it should have been carved up somewhere on the mountain, not down. Because 3-4 ton, how can you carry up? And I visited that area, and I did not see any building, huge building or palaces which could hold such a structure.
Okay. Let me ask this. Does it mean that religion the Christian religion, the Islamic religion, the Buddhism religion are all interconnected?
They were interconnected there.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
Because I'm having to see a crucifix, a cross, in the midst of Buddhism, and that place is, and the majority of them are Buddhists, and then also Muslim as well. And having across a smaller number of Christianity, does it mean there's a link, or that these three religions are interlinked as one?
It is possible, because you see, when Buddhism was in decline, it was replaced by Christianity. So the Buddhist tradition, number of traditions, they came into Christianity. Then from Christianity, then in the 14th century Islam comes. So those Christian values, Christian tradition, they got into that Islam, that is Shia Islam, which is predominant there. So the discovery of the cross can really give birth to interfaith dialogue between Buddhism, Christianity and Islam.
Okay, you are from Pakistan. I was trying to not ask this question, but let me just put it across. Are Christians in Pakistan being persecuted?
Well, the life of Christians is hard. And they find that they are discriminated against, but there are rights also where Christians can publicly worship. They have their churches, being a priest or going for mass, there's no problem. There are many Muslims who respect very much the Catholic Church, the Catholic priests, the sisters and nuns, but there are some elements which are anti-Christians, and anti-Christians means they are anti-Pakistanis also.
Okay.
So there are problems with Christians. There is no denial about that. So this discovery of the cross is really going to strengthen their faith.
So let us look at the plans. What plans do you have for this cross?
The planning as such for further research, we have some things coming up. In July last year, we had a conference in the University of Baltistan. I was invited and I led a team of 3 members to Baltistan University, where I read a paper on the discovery of the cross. Then after about a month, in August last year, again there was a big conference where the government officials also participated, and the vice chancellors of different universities came, professors, intellectuals. They were invited in Islamabad, and so this cross became the point of togetherness, bringing people together, different religions together. So but next year, maybe early next year, we'll have a conference, international conference in Pakistan. Then we are going to scan the whole area with the drone technology, so that from above we see and identify the place where the cross had been. Now cross, where it has come from somewhere. So drone technology will be used, and archaeologists will be brought in so that they may give a solid and proper professional suggestion and words on this discovery.
Talking about the cross, that reminds me of a cross that was planted in Ghana when the Portuguese arrived in Ghana. And this cross is still there on the sea.
Oh, it is still there.
It's still there. It's still on the sea. A lot of people don't know, even a lot of Catholics in Ghana even don't know that the Portuguese actually did this. It was just last year that an elderly friend of mine, Mr. Muse, sent me a picture of it. He's from that town and told me about it. I said, wow, I never knew about it. And here lies a case where another cross has been discovered in Pakistan. My question is this cross being protected so that those extreme Islamic believers will not do anything to it? So the final work is done, in fact, so that it can be protected, because if it is going to open up the country more to the Christian faith, then I believe protection must start. The cross must be protected. Is there any plans to make sure that no one goes there and then destroy what has been discovered so far, so that we can get the full story of this mystery cross?
That's a very good question, Augustus, you have asked. It is really close to my heart also, and many others they have expressed, and I also joined their concern in expressing my fear also as regards the protection of this relic. One thing, the people of that area, they own this to be their artifact, and they don't want it to be transferred somewhere else. They say, no, we want it to be here. And I mean, that shows their closeness. And scientifically speaking, archaeologically speaking, the cross should remain there. Yeah. Otherwise, we will lose the whole historical environment of it.
Definitely.
It should remain there. And these people are the protectors of the cross. And of course, with the university, University of Baltistan has really shown a keen interest, and they are protecting the cross. Yes.
Because when you said they've owned it, I remember a story that was told me about St. Peter's Basilica, where the first pope or the first vicar of Christ is buried, Peter. That used to be outside of Rome, and that was where, after he was killed in Rome, that was where he was buried. And now that place is where the basilica, so where the body was buried, now has turned into a bigger place of worship for the Catholic faith, and is the headquarters of the Catholic faith. Thank you so much for that, Gulshan.
You're welcome.
For this wonderful, for sharing with us this mystery cross, 1200 years old. It's believed to be, but when the final work is done, we will actually know the actual year. It may be more or a bit less than that. Thank you very much for sharing with us this wonderful cross. I'm so happy. God will bless you for that. And that was Father Gulshan Barkat from Pakistan. And let me say that he is an historian and also a lecturer at the seminary in Pakistan. And he is an Oblate priest. And recently, let me say that, thank you very much for your congregation for going to the whole diocese to start their mission. And whole diocese happens to be, I think, the only diocese in Ghana which has no missionaries working. And thank you so much for your congregation accepting to go to my country and where my wife comes from there, to start to help in opening up the diocese and get more people to worship Christ.
Yeah. So before you end, I would like to congratulate 3 missionaries, Oblate missionaries, who are the pioneers in Ghana. And God bless you. God bless your mission, and the intercessions of Mother Mary Immaculate and Saint Eugene de Mazenod be with you.
Thank you so much, Father. Adios.
Sometimes statement may not be clear, but there is always a deeper understanding. It is not just about the who said what. The whens, hows, and wheres are equally important. Join me on a whole new journey in the conversation with Augustus as I bring you discussions from religion to politics, health to economy, humanity to social activities, among many others. Conversation with Augustus knows no foreign borders. The show comes to you every Wednesday at 6:15 p.m. GMT on our YouTube channel Conversation with Augustus and on Radio Angelus www.radioangelus.com. This program was sponsored by Safe Life Experience Consult Limited. Contact them for all your travel and tour needs, as well as your events.